a life that, notwithstanding having been a soldier in the Korean War, a sailor on the Great Lakes, and an engineer on the railroad, would define him as a farmer. Uncle Walter and Aunt Dolores put down roots on this farm and nurtured a place where happiness was often found in the simple things that life had to offer. They put family first and opened their hearts and home to many folks as time passed by. As anyone who ever experienced their hospitality can attest, you always made to feel welcome and left there feeling loved. Maybe a little sore from working, but loved nonetheless. That same sense of family and generosity carries on in the way Susie, Bill, Tony, David, and Janice loved and cared for Walter all these years, and continue to look out for each other and their families. An added blessing is they still find joy in many of life's simple pleasures. A dinner with those loud Milwaukee cousins, fresh popped popcorn around a campfire, or a good old train story from Uncle Walter. Now, I'm not saying it was all peaches and cream on that farm. In fact, I remember a story my dad was fond of telling. It took place after returning to the farmhouse following a long day of baling hay. Walter told Dave he wanted the bull out of its pasture and put in the barn. You see, it had been acting up and putting on a show for the cows. Dave left to put the bull in the barn, and a short while later, he returned. About an hour after that, Walter looked out and saw the bull still in the pasture. He called to Dave. "I thought I told you to put that bull in the barn." Dave hollered back, "I did, but it went out the back door." Now Walter shouted, "There is no back door in that barn." To which Dave responded, "Well, there is now." It's probably no accident that Walter's favorite color is green, as he had a passion for all types of plants. He also had a green thumb to go with it, and loved to cultivate and talk about his gardens. Before I came up north, I paused a moment at a pine tree Walter brought down as a little sapling and planted at my mom and dad's house quite some time ago. This tree and so many things he planted are now gentle reminders of Walt. For me, plants were not the only thing Walter could grow. He sowed the seeds that a hard day's work has its own rewards, that blossomed into a strong work ethic that has served me well throughout my life. He encouraged my curiosity of mechanical devices, and it grew into a successful career as an aviation maintenance technician. The creative ways I saw Uncle Walter tackle problems as they arose fostered an ingenuity in me that has earned me the nickname MacGyver. Thanks to Uncle Walter, I barely remember a time I didn't know how to drive, including stick, motorcycles, snowmobiles, trucks, and tractors, and how to work safely around all sorts of machinery. Remember the sawmill? Now that was something to see. I learned how to care for animals, respect nature, and each other. I discovered I was not farmer material. I have cut flowers that live longer in my house than plants do. As we go forward from today, perhaps we catch the smell of freshly cut hay, happen to see the silhouette of a farmer on his tractor in a field at dusk, or hear the sound of a train whistle blowing in the distance that brings up fond memories of Walter and a thankfulness for the farmer that planted them. Uncle Walter has gone on to join all of our loved ones who have passed, or as he would put it, got killed. And knowing him, he will have a lush green garden and a big smile waiting for us when our time comes. God bless you all.